Hi, Novi Middle School. I hope that you're all doing well. My name is Mrs. David. I teach 8th grade language arts in the building, and I just wanted to touch base with you because starting next week on Tuesday the 12th and Wednesday the 13th, during normal office hours, you're going to have the opportunity, the option to meet with your teachers live. And we're going to be using different platforms. Some people might be using Zoom, some people might be using Google Meet or Schoology Conference, and they'll send you information on where to meet with them. But one thing that we can all talk about is etiquette on how to behave during these meetings, and that's what this video is about. So don't worry about if it says Zoom on this. It still pertains if your teacher is using one of the different platforms. So first of all, the goal of these meetings, what are we going to be doing? You're going to have a chance to connect with each other face to face. You'll have the opportunity to ask questions, and you can continue to build our amazing classroom communities that we established earlier in the year. So what are we going to talk about? Class meetings, whether they're Zooms or other, is a chance to gather as a team, a chance to see each other and catch up, for your teacher to make announcements. They can explain the work for the week. It's a chance for you to ask questions about the instruction. You can hear from other students who maybe have questions, and you can learn from each other, and your teacher will be able to maybe explain some things in more detail or give you some strategies. Now, this is different from our office hours on Fridays, which still exist. This is when you can send your teacher an email or a message through Schoology and get a response. So some tips for getting ready for these meetings, if you decided to attend, is that before the meeting, make sure that you've looked at the weekly update so that you know what might be discussed. You should check your Wi-Fi and make sure that your device is charged. Now let's talk about what to wear. So you don't need to get dressed up per se, but you probably shouldn't be wearing your PJs. And we recommend that you try to start logging in a few minutes, maybe 10 minutes before the meeting to make sure that you're all set. Try to find an environment that is quiet and distraction free if possible, because we only have a little bit of time together and we really want to maximize it. Make sure that you have good lighting so that we can see your face, maybe by an open window, or make sure the light is on, put a lamp next to your desktop, and also check the volume on whatever device you're using. Now, when you log in, you're going to be in a waiting room if your teacher is using Zoom. Just wait patiently and also pay attention to the name that appears. If it's not your name, if for some reason your parent's name is there or a sibling, then you should type in your real name if that applies. No nicknames, so your teacher will know to admit you, that they'll know it's you. Now you're going to be on mute if the platform allows that. That's important because all of that extra side noise is really distracting and it makes it hard to hear whoever is speaking. Remember that this is a two-way video chat. Everything that you say and do can be seen by all. Chats are going to be shut off if that's an option in whatever platform is being used. And don't panic if your internet is slow or the video breaks up. That happens to all of us. And just wait patiently, or you could try turning the video off and just using the audio. Sometimes that helps. Behavior. Let's talk about behavior. It's easy. It's just like in school. Imagine that you're in a whole team lesson at school. You should have attentive body language. That means that you're watching the speaker, making eye contact, and not distracting others. The conversation should be on topic. Remember that this is still class. So even though you're physically in your house, keep the language, the conversation, and behavior the same as you do at school. Being kind, being respectful, all of those good things that you already do. If you wouldn't do it in a whole group at school, don't do it in these live meetings with your teacher and classmates. Keep in mind that during video conferences, your main job is to be a good listener. So raise your hand when you have an important contribution or question that would benefit the whole group, and we'll talk about raising your hand in just a minute. Oh, right now, actually. So if you have a question, there are two ways that you can handle that. You can physically raise your hand like this, and that's probably easiest. If your teacher is using Zoom, there's a feature that it allows you to find your name, and it says raise hand, and it virtually raises your hand to signal that you want to speak. But again, this might just be easier, and it works just as good. Reminder that we are very excited to see you, and we know that you're excited too, but at the same time, if your behavior in the video, audio, or the chat, that won't be applicable, but if that's inappropriate or a distraction, then you would be removed. We are very excited to see you, and we hope that you're excited to see us. So take care. We'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.